Leadership is not for the weak. One of the most difficult things I ever done in my career as a leader was to give a warning to one of my team members that I didn't really believe is he has done anything wrong. Now, I share that we divide our activities into three main categories. This is something I learned from John Maxwell. John Maxwell shares that we divide our activities in kind of three main categories, and there being what is required of us, what gives us the greatest return, and what is rewarding. Now, this is definitely one of those things that was required of me. There was no one else that could do this. I couldn't delegate it to someone else. So I remember that when I was in that automotive company that I worked for, one of my team members actually had an incident with a test car on our test track. And the situation was complex. Of course, there was no easy answer to why that happened. But long story short, we ended up being quote unquote forced. Like my management forced me to give to this person a warning. Now, he was on another trip, a test trip in the Carpathian Mountains. So I had to drive for about 3.5 hours through the snowstorm to go at the top of the mountain where they were tracing the cars to have a chat with a person and kind of hand him this letter. That was one of the toughest things to do for me as a leader because I didn't really believe that he was guilty. I didn't really believe that we didn't have a responsibility in that. It was not fair for him to get that. I mean, luckily nothing happened. It was just a written warning, and then we made the necessary changes to improve the procedure and improve the safety of our people. But at that time, it was one of the toughest things for me to do. And so as a leader, there are things that are non-negotiable. As a leader, you don't really have a choice. Some things are your responsibility. It's like setting salary for your team, having the one-on-one discussions with your team, having the appraisal, have to fire someone. There was no one else that could do that for you. So if you think about your leadership, well, there are some things that are non-negotiable. And sometimes you just have to do them. I mean, you have no choice. That's why you're the leader. You're the only one who can do that. If someone else could do it, then they wouldn't need you. So leadership comes with some difficult things as well. So don't believe that leadership, you have more freedom, less responsibility. It's actually the other way around. You have more responsibility and actually less freedom to do what you want to do.